AirAsia Saiyan is always one step ahead. You know, it's always hard to go against them now.
They're just dictating the pace a little bit too fast that, you know, MYA can't catch up.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more about MYA. We saw the Lapu Lapu, the Lolita, Lancelot, Angela, Natalia. Do you think Angela was the best kind of support they could go for? Or do they need someone who can help overall lead the team, not just mostly one target? Because toward the end there, Angela couldn't do much, if you remember, in the base.
Yeah, so if you're looking at Angela here, she helps severely when it isn't a complete burst composition. So prolonged fights, that's where she, you know, really shines. So having a burst healer, I know, Rafaela with the extra stun might be potentially better. We saw Assess as well, you know, help prolong fights. That could be an answer towards them. It could also be for the fact that having Aurora, but I think that's not going to quite work out for them as well.
Yeah, I think having an Angela, you know, the whole point of having an Angela is that, you know, it's either to save a teammate or you want to charge in, you know, you want to start it, you want to initiate it.
Specifically when you have like one hero like Gushin.
Yeah,
right?
you want to charge in, right? So it kind of makes Angela useless. If you don't initiate, you don't fight, she's just there.
Yep.
Yeah, so she just
mostly
exists.
One guy and trying to help. And yeah, I definitely agree with you. Now, we are going to be getting into the game very soon. This is going to be game 2 of Mysterious Assassins against AirAsia Saiyan. Now, do you guys want to check again how hyped this crowd is?
Yes,
All right,
please.
Peach, I've done it. Pseudo's done it. It's your turn. Let's see how you can do. How hyped can you get them?
Can you lead me, then I'll just
Okay,
chant.
okay, all right, okay. Oh, you're going to chant. Okay, all right. So we're going to do MYA first, okay? All right, so when I say MYA, I want everyone to say MYA, okay? Is that cool?
Let's do a crowd check.
They should say rocks.
Rocks?
Yeah,
MYA rocks.
Oh, so I say rocks or they say MYA?
They say rocks, you say MYA.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, we're gonna do this. How about we 3 of us do it together?
Okay, all right.
All right, my count. Guys, remember, we say MYA, you say rocks, okay? 1, 2, 3, MYA!
Rocks!
MYA!
Rocks!
MYA!
Rocks!
Okay, all right. Now, AirAsia Saiyan. What do we say about that, Pseudo?
Saiyan win.
Saiyan, AirAsia Saiyan win. Okay, all right, let's do this. 3 of us again, say Saiyan, okay? 1, 2, 3. Saiyan! Someone said rock.
Rock.
Okay.
Okay, let's just go with Saiyan rock then.
Okay, we'll say Saiyan rock. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Saiyan!
Rock!
Saiyan!
Rock!
Saiyan!
Rock!
Saiyan!
Rock!
Okay, all right, okay. The crowd is still hyped up. That's good. Game 2, man. Game 2. Bans. We've talked about the picks. Let's talk about the bans. We've seen in Game 1, Martis Gushin ban from MYA, a Diggy and Helkert ban from AirAsia Saiyan. Is there any respect bans that are going to come out through due to Game 1?
It's tough because that means that the fighters and the assassins will come through. And that potentially might be even more disastrous. Just want to talk about a little bit of the goal difference. It was a 12 minutes and 59 seconds, a 30-minute game. And it was a 16,000 goal lead difference.
Yeah, that is quite a lot. If you compare it to the previous games we had, like with Team XC and MYA3, which was much closer, this game really kind of parted away both of the teams towards the end of the game. I don't know, man. I'm looking at the bans. This time around, MYA will be first picking, first banning. And honestly, I don't know what they're going to go for. Like, the Fanny was crazy. Are they going to ban the Fanny, or are they going to let, you know, AirAsia Saiyan ban the Fanny themselves?
Well, yes, they can ban Fanny, but there's also a thought of, are they going to let Jawhead
through
and Zilong go through? Yeah. We'll have to find out right now. Let's move into the drafting phase. MYA this time, first one to be picked. AirAsia Saiyan will be the second one to move into the ban and pick phase.
All right, you know what? Everyone was kind of giving a round of applause. Let's do that one more time. Guys, on my count, 1 round of applause. Come on!
Enemy is banning.
Yeah. Now our first ban, Angela, coming through MYA, which is... Okay, I kind of understand why they don't want to give it away, but...
Wow. We have the Saiyan family here.
Yeah.
And I think the pressure just went up for them to pick the next band. Well, what do you think?
Your team is
We're already
banned.
going to see here that Martis will get removed. MYA needs to decide here, are they going to allow Fanny to go through or one of the other assassins? So it still could be Gushan that they will allow.
But I do think a Fanny...
Fanny does get removed.
The enemy
Because
is
Fanny
banned.
is quite impactful in this game itself. You know, if they are not confident playing Fanny, they should just ban Fanny out already.
Well, MYA has played Fanny. Unfortunately, it looks like they want to be picking up a different first pick.
Yeah, that is true. Well, Johnson is open. We have Hylos as well for the tanks. And
But I think they don't want to maybe give the Gushan away to MYA or something.
or
But-
Lancelot.
yeah,
even.
exactly. The assassins over there. Oh wow. Okay.
Your team
Oh,
is
interesting.
picking.
So if they go with Gushan, they can still come back with the Lancelot as well. We have seen both Gushan and Lancelot played really well by Saiyan side. MYA as well has found some difference. That's just a hover. I'm very sure that will not quite be the case. Yes, pick Layla.
Making fun of the MMs.
So it looks like they are opting for Gushan. It will be locked in. I think that's a better choice against Lancelot.
Well, if you have Gushan, the thing is that they have to remember if they have more than...
Oh my God.
I think this is fan service. He will not come through. Not at the
Fredo
first pick.
is
Not at the
definitely...
Come on,
first pick.
Fredo.
He's laughing at us.
Come on, Fredo. Come on. You can't play with us like this.
Well, it is going to be Helcott and Lancelot that does get picked up here. Two assassins, great to be picked up. Helcott can be a direct counter to Gushan with the silence.
Oh,
How will
we've-
MYA respond?
We've seen crazy, if I'm not mistaken, it's Penjahat Helcott. That was quite insane. That was one of the craziest Helcott play I've ever seen throughout the season.
Yeah, he has not played it in the playoffs yet. But we are going to see that Rafaela will get picked up here. So we talked a little bit about burst healing coming through. And that just might save it out. Rafaela as well has the stun to make sure that you can either stop or engage the fights. I think this is a good adaptation. Will it be good enough to stop the aggressiveness of Team Saiyan? We will have to find out.
Exactly, and speaking of the Rafaela, MY did pick it up against the Mystic Burden's second game with a Lancelot, and the Rafaela had 3 kills, 0 deaths, and 7 assists, while the Lancelot had 5 kills, 1 death, 6 assists. So here we're looking at something kind of similar. On the other side, AirAsia Saiyan locking into a Grok and a Zilong. Ooh,
Now I'm wondering if NYA will pick
Jawhead,
Jawhead.
just to take it away from them.
I doubt so. It would simply be a very odd composition if Jawhead goes into it. I don't understand how he would necessarily work with it. I do think they need to pick up another tank. Perhaps Hylos might be an answer here. Moskov and Roger wanting to go into that late game, potentially winning up from there. Moskov is locked in as well as Roger, so
Wow.
we're going to have a jungler with them as well. This is sort of arcing back to how they were playing the qualifiers 3-4 months ago of MPL.
Yeah,
It was
this-
quite a similar composition, obviously without Gushan.
maybe they want to just, go back to the good old days and show us that even this is the old meta pick, it can still work out if you have solid teamwork.
I wonder how will the lanes be distributed with this. Karina is being hovered upon here. In fact, Karina will get picked out. So, 3 assassins once again.
Let's go with the 3 assassin meta. We've been seeing it since yesterday and we have it today. And we've seen a successful 3 assassin lineup. And today, AirAsia Saiyan will show us how it's supposed to be done.
I can't wait to see this. We've seen a Moskov today as well by Padel in the MYA3 Team XC game, and the Moskov was crazy. So hopefully we're going to see MYA pull up a similar kind of thing, because MYA3, MYA...
The MIA3 lost that game, if not mistaken. Yes, they did lose on the first game with Moskov, so...
But nonetheless, the Moskov was,
it was
great.
impactful.
Yeah.
It was very impactful within the game.
5-1-2 kill
But it
deficit.
also was because the game dragged on really late.
Yes.
Will the game drag on long enough for Moskov to come online, or will he get shut down within the first 10 minutes?
That's right, we're going to be starting in the game very soon. So, Pseudo and Peach, take it away.
Thank you for us. On the blue side is MYA.
We have
the red side, which is AirAsia Saiyan, and blue, MYA. I mean, I'm really interested to see how MYA will execute this lineup. We haven't seen this lineup in quite a long time. We've been seeing a lot of new meta, a lot of assassins, like what AirAsia Saiyan has picked for us to see here. So having Roger on board again, having Moskov as well, it's gonna be really, really nice to watch.
I like the adaptation that nobody's looking for aggressive fights before 1 minute.
Well, let's just take it easy, after the last game. I think they're just trying to give us some breather.
Well, breather, thank you very much to the team. But I think also they're a little bit more cautious that, an early deficit can be snowballed out of control by either team here, and they don't want to be doing it necessarily. In the bottom lane, though, we're going to see that Pajar does by Shadow. Might be able to escape. That is multiple damage, but no, will not be there. Facebook is here for the return damage. Does stop him from taking away his buff, so delaying him already.
Oh my god, I think that was quite worth it. But at the same time, Karina and Halkut are doing the backdoor, which will enable them to push the turret even more aggressively. And this might put MYA in a lot of trouble, as they will try Moscow's
nice sign up together. It's going to be two of them, but will not quite be enough. They're not quite at that level. Moscow still requires a lot of attack speed, and it's also out of mana.
I think it was just more of a poke, a taunt, like don't mess with my lane or something. And the turtle is coming up right in about 10 seconds. And Zilong and Grok has been circling around that area quite often. They are checking up on the turtle pit and to make sure that, they want it and not let MYA get it. And we do have them pushing middle lane quite aggressively.
It's like the calm of before the storm here. They are waiting. They do see each other. Ripex is there dancing away, hoping to buy enough time for them. They're already down to half health here. AirAsia Saiyan might be quick enough to end it. In the bottom lane, Lancelot does get pinged away. Moskov needs to go address this. The fight still goes off here. Solo throws out his blade, but the silence is good enough. Shadow is still healing away, does get flicked back here. MYA gets the first kill, but instantly coming back here. Rushing to back away. Gasha will get the kill as well. Solos will go this now back up top. We're going to see that Zilong as well. Still going to be possible. Logan needs to hightail it out of there.
Wow, that was so close for Zilong. But
still going in. Solos will find Greenback. Coming in for the kill. The power of Gashin goes through. Will he try to, solo out Zilong here? No, Zilong will go back.
He will play it safe this time around. They're not overcommitting, which is a good sign actually. But it looks like Rafaela will need to buckle up quite a bit because he is being targeted, so which just means the other teammates of MYA needs to protect her quite a bit. If not, she won't be able to actually help in team fights. So it is something that they have to consider when they are engaged in team fights. But I'm quite interested in Lancelot. He has been left alone down there for quite some time. He hasn't joined any gangs at all. So
yeah, he wasn't there during the turtle fight. He was farming up. We see that he's 1,900 ahead of his entire team, and that's what they need to do. And they've done this before because of multiple assassins. One of them can go and get fed. Now we most likely will see Lancelot join the next fight, and a different assassin will go and catch it. Facebook does get caught out here. Does come in the start, but will it be enough? It will not. Lancelot gets another kill. Propelling him forward, 2,300. Solos is now here. Will it be enough to be fighting it? It will not. The blades does not come through. Gripex is so low as well.
That was
barely
an insane SK. It was so close. Solo was just waiting at the corner, to just end things for AirAsia Saiyan. And another thing I want to highlight on, we've seen Halkut that plays solo a lot, but we do know AirAsia, they are.
You're going to see that rush here does get caught. Unfortunately, Jam not finding the right angle to savage him against the wall.
And back to the Halkut point, we know that AirAsia Saiyan are very good in teamwork, right? So it'd be interesting to see how they fully execute Halkut as a team and not a solo one. Well, Solo did find Penjahat down in a bush. They are going to try to bring it down, but Lancelot comes in. Solo is about to go down to the hands of Lancelot.
He pulled his blade back a little bit too slow, and Rafaela was not quite there in time as well.
Yes, that was a pity. And they will try to go for Turtle. I mean, when? Better than now, right? Solos is down. They should take the Turtle. I mean, it's really safe. But
The wall does get thrown up, and just with that, Turtle will get taken 3-3, and AirAsia Saiyan taking a commanding lead ahead with 1,500 gold.
already gotten the bottom turret. This is just crazy, you know. AirAsia Saiyan and their split pushing is just world class. It's definitely world class.
Here we see a little bit of the item progression moving forward. It's interesting to know that MYA has multiple assist boots just to get up goal here. Pajar will get pushed back. This might be it for the two of them. Pajar will go down. Great setup by Jack, redeeming himself.
Well, it looks like AirAsia Saiyan and MYA is really good at giving us some blood war right here at the event place. Wow, wow, wow. But I wonder if AirAsia Saiyan is gonna go for more kills this time around, or are they just gonna stick to the objective gaming that
They need to go objective gaming because they need to stop them from reaching such a late point of the game. They do have Roger as well as Moskov. So they do need to be farming, they do need to be taking out towers from MYA's side. And the only way for AirAsia to be stopping them by doing that is by removing away the objectives, you know, corralling them so that their resources are being limited. Solos will get good retribution there to make sure that he does secure the gold buff. Solos does require a lot of gold. Currently on par in terms of gold with Lancelot. Both of them have 2 kills each.
I'm actually really excited to see how Lancelot will perform. He has been hiding in the bottom lane, but now he's gonna try to attack in the middle lane. Logan did initiate it, but the team fight will be cancelled.
I mean, that was really good stopping. Oh, we're gonna see. We're gonna bottom side here. Punji does not find it. What a perfect targeting. Those are 2 assassins on 1 marksman. King says he's be cautious. The wall gets thrown up, but not quite enough. Nice petrify, but not good enough. Jeb gonna be jumping forward. Will it be enough? Roger's gonna be there as well. Still checking out Logan, but no, doesn't take it out in the end. Logan is still alive. Now Jeb will be taken out. Gotcha removed. The wall is good. The pullback will be there. It does kill out both of them. Oh my word. Double kill from Solos, but Fredo is now on him.
I am speechless, you know, my jaw is dropping. The fight is insane. Solo coming from the back, is that like his trademark? He is just coming from the back, sweeping everything clean.
Well, I mean, this is the power of Gushan, really. Being able to, you know, clean up team fights. The more blades that you have out, the more damage is being dealt with as you pull it back. And we saw that with 10 blades out, you can burst them down, especially if they are in close quarters. So it's something they need to be very cautious about moving forward. Looking at the items that's there, we already have the Hellfire Torch that's being bought. And looking at Rafaela, she does have a lot of mana regen, so she will be able to help out the team. She needs to be a little bit more tanky sets, and we see some armor already being built on Rafaela. So, you know, gearing up for that late game.
Well, Karina's damage items has already been there, and very soon she will be dealing quite an insane amount of damage. And we do have the Battle of the Tanks right here. Wow, I really wonder what Pajahat is up to. He's been going around, he's been poking a lot, trying to initiate. And sometimes it just feels like, you know, you think it's not gonna be pursued, but...
Oh, Rush is coming in here. Lovely stuff coming out to both sides there. Jet will jump forward, and looks like with the ultimate being thrown down there, it will not quite be enough. Pajar is trying to come in, does miss, will get taken down in the end. Faithful doing an amazing job, but will it be enough now? Rush is on the other side, Immune did get thrown up, but will it be enough to finish it off? It looks like it will be. One last hit, Immune still going to be taken away. Not quite enough. Back in the bottom lane here, we're going to see that Kings' back get taken up by Fredo. No! The life still will be enough to keep him alive. Back up top, the aggression is still continuing. This is why the Rafaela was picked, so they can have the longer fight. Faithful's going to be there. Does jump forward. The ultimate is in the wrong direction. Shadow, what have you been doing? Does flicker away behind the wall, saving his life.
This is some insane world-class play by both teams, actually, MYA and AirAsia Saiyan. As we can see, you know, Rafaela was struggling quite a lot in the early game, but she is coming back up. The team is helping her, and with that, she's able to show what she's really capable of. And with that, you know, it brings a lot of benefits for MYA.
I think what we need to be looking at here is the later the game goes, the game's about to hit a 10-minute mark, which means one of 2 things is about to happen. We're going to see Moskov popping off even more, as well as with Roger. We're starting to see signs of it. But the second thing as well is that Grok will start to fall off in the late game. He will be only used primarily for his walls.
Yes, that is true. But then again, AirAsia Saiyan is still not showing any signs that, you know, they want to take more turrets. They are engaging themselves in more and more team fights and more engagements. So that is a little bit of confusion right there, but they are going to go back. They are going to try.
Kings is in trouble here. Looks like he might be able to get out of it. The start will come through. He didn't need to auto attack in the end. Almost been taken down here. It will be enough. Now we're going to see the Fredo versus Solos. They need to be cautious. They're waiting for their slowing time out there and their cooldowns. Facebook will jump away and further. Jeb, you might be able to get on the rush that's here. Rafaela is keeping all of them really healthy and safe. We'll be moving forward here. We are going to see it's going to be the case. But in the bottom lane as well, the assassin battle will come through. The pullback of the blades is called. Now Gripex is because Jeb will be taking on the turret. Will be enough. That's a double kill. Bottom lane still going off. One last hit. Solo gets it.
That is insane. Look at MYA dominating the game, you know, taking control all over again. They are doing really well. They want to go for Lord, you know, they want to end this game. AirAsia Saiyan, they were so shaken up. They were just going for objective gaming. They didn't want to get engaged in any of the team fights. But unfortunately, whenever they are being initiated for a team fight, they are not a very suitable composition to go against the opponent, which is MYA. What do you think right now? What can AirAsia Saiyan do?
All they need to do is make sure that they pick up the right members. What they've been doing is splitting up so far, and they've been losing the individual fights. The assassins are starting to fall off. So what they need to do is start grouping up the assassins and really assassinate people. They need to live up to their potential. For if they let it go longer and longer, the marksmen will come online, and so will Rafaela. Now, I talked about this potentially going to a third game, and this is what the attention they need. Almost getting done away there. Lovely blink forward to make sure that he is not fully caught out by Zilong.
Well, this is a very good comeback from MYA. I think the person who's keeping them alive, which is Rafaela, right, MYA. It looks like there's a fight that's bound to happen pretty soon. Akai jumps in, but there will be no engagement yet so far.
Gripex misses there. Moving on, they should be able to do this. We're also going to see that in the mid lane, Guardian is pushing. Back in the bottom lane, they are fighting there. King's will delay them out, but they are already removing multiple turrets. It's only a few of them that's back there. Jam will push it back. Rush is completely caught off. Will they be able to do this? They need to be cautious. Jam is so very low. They are pushing multiple towers. Are they trying to go into the end? Fredo will get removed as well. That's going to be Solos back in base. We're going to see Logan now is in there. Rock does remove it out. It will not be enough. Facebook does come out with a stun. Oh my word. The mega kill. It wouldn't be enough. Bajan is there. Going in for the last bait there. Facebook needs to be cautious. They do not have minions left. They need to wait for the minion wave.
Wow, MYA. Saiyan, you are in a lot of trouble right now. There's only Grok trying to protect, but MYA remains.
They only have 3 seconds left before Karina comes out. They need to end this. Grok is trying his best to delay it out, but it will not quite be the case. It looks like the Rafaela star will not make it. Rush will be brought down. Almost at the very end. They will be able to end it. MYA takes it. Wow.
Goodness. Okay, Sudo, I think you're a little bit... Okay, I'm a little bit too loud as well. Wow, that was...
My prediction came true. Third game.
Okay, you were right, but you were wrong.
I was wrong.
You wanted a 2-0, but you're not going to get that. But I got to say, okay, I don't know what happened there because I thought AirAsia Saiyan was winning. Lin is hitting the table so hard that it's even shaking here. What happened there? They had the game. Even in the comments, people were like, already judging MYA's picks. They were like, why did you pick Rafaela? It's not going to work.
But this is what happens when you just focus only on Team Saiyan, right? We talked about, all the assassins, their early game. MYA picked a composition that was meant for late game. They stalled out. They did not go in for the early aggression, the early invade. They farmed up. They played safe. They took, the right fights just to make sure that both their marksmen, we had, Moskov and
Yeah,
Roger over there were leading to the late game. We looked at Rafaela, really squishy. However, Rafaela played really safely, always under the turret, even though there was pressure that's there. I can't wait for the side to see what Rafaela ended up with in the end.
It's gonna be coming up soon. Don't worry, it's gonna. I know you're worried, Stan
I'm worried.
Matsudo.
No, because it really goes to show that even though you pick a support that's generally weaker to a lot of assassins, and they were, well, actually 4. Zilong is also considered an assassin. You still played so safe to be impactful in the later stages of the game. And this goes to show that MYA is stepping up their game. They are able to pick compositions, be disciplined enough to wait for their composition to have their power spike and reach later stages of the game. Also, huge props to the Gushen play coming across.
Solos, man. Solos was crazy.
I mean, Fredo was really good, and we know he's really good as well, but then when you saw Gushen starting to take over that point...
There were, I think, so many times that we saw Solos on the Gushen and Lancelot with Fredo. They were trying to fight each other in the bottom lane. They were going around. I really want to see them go one-on-one together. But that will be for later. I do want to talk about the fact that, we mentioned this last time, the problem with Angela was it wasn't really helpful with them because they were not attacking so much. But with Rafaela, doesn't matter if they were defending or attacking, it kind of healed all of them. So it gave the whole team a kind of an aid that helped them, succeed late game, like you mentioned with the Roger. Peach, what do you think was the main reason MYA could really wrap it up and execute and finish this game for themselves?
I really like how Gushen made an impact in this game.
Yeah,
but
I think everyone agrees with the Gushen pick. It was just amazing, right?
I think also the fact that he kept Fredo so busy that Fredo couldn't participate.
I don't know if he kept Fredo busy or Saiyan made mad. I'm losing words. Whether they, had bad decisions, because if you look at that one final push, you had multiple members that decided to aim out Roger. 2 of them were at the bottom. This allowed a massive push to go up to the top.
That's right.
And this is coming to decision making. Did you need to take that fight? Did you need to shut down Roger? Yes, he was a marksman. Yes, he was isolated. But you have Lord pushing up there. You either have too much faith in your team or your prioritizing is off.
That's right. And I do agree with what you said, and also with what Peach said. I think that Fredo, not to say he was solely looking for a kill, but he wanted to obviously take out the Gushen, but he couldn't. The Gushen, the solos with the Gushen, it was really good. And we did talk about this. First pick did go to MYA last game. That means they had the ability to pick the Gushen, but this time around it's going to be different. It's going to be the 3rd game, the possible match of one of these teams going down to the lower bracket. This is going to be very tough, very intense.
I wonder, will it actually come out to an upset? Because we certainly see potential.
Yep, in both teams. In both teams. And we mentioned this before, MYA being, always regarded as the 2nd best team in Malaysia. They want to be known as the best team in Malaysia, and this could be their time to prove that. And Peach, talk to me about the performance of individuals in MYA, aside from solos.
Aside from solos.
Aside from solos. We talked about the Gushen. Who else was really notable in that fight?
I think I'm just really amazed by their rotation. The backup that they have, even in the first game. Even if they are roaming, they're ganking in different lanes, right? But the backup for if anyone is being attacked, a surprise attack, it's always on point. They're just a call away or whatever, It's so near.
I had to give really huge props to Facebook playing Moskov. And Shadow playing Rafael. The 2 of them, the synergy was really good. Facebook especially, his repositioning of Moskov, using Flicker offensively to make sure that he got the angles onto the walls, the stuns were delivered, really helped sway a lot of the fights, especially the extended fights up top. And that's also because Shadow was healing. And Rafaela only died once.
Which is crazy. I mean, she was being targeted a lot of times.
Exactly.
But she managed to survive.
Managed to play safe enough. And I think that